Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. They'd like to be joined by Ebonie Jones. Ebonie, I feel like it's been a while. Yeah. Do you know the last time we spoke, I was feeling slightly seasick. It was on the Clarissa Shields card in London with Savannah Marshall. I don't think I was at my best that day, but nothing's moving in here so far, so we're doing well. How's things been with you? Bit of a change up from last time we spoke.
Yeah, so a lot's changed. I've got a new trainer, new manager, living in a different place. So I actually moved up to Sheffield in January to start training here, training here with Pierce. It's just a complete different change.
How do you find it now? Obviously, you're a Southern girl. I know you're having a fight in Portsmouth in not too distant future, but you've relocated, come all the way up here. How's it been sort of adapting to living up north?
Well, I was in Sheffield before when I was on GB. This was a few years ago. But obviously I do miss my family and stuff like that, but I think I've settled in and people are a lot friendlier up here, I think. Absolutely. Down south.
Oh, don't say that too hard. Grant Smith, terrific trainer. We sort of spoke a little bit about him off camera. Probably one of the most underrated trainers for what he's achieved. He started getting the recognition now. Look at what he's done with Sonny Edwards, and the other side of that you've got Junaid Boston, obviously his lad Dalton, who's British champion, Nico Levers, and now yourself on board. Why Grant Smith? Why was he the trainer that you chose to take this part of your career with?
So I'm actually getting trained by Pierce.
Sorry.
But we all train together really. So, but obviously I've always looked at this gym and wanted to be at this gym, look at the fighters, look at the trainers, and it's also a bit like a family unit. Sort of everyone looks after each other, and being here and training around champions and world-class trainers. Like, if I'm not going to get any better being here, then I don't think you can get a better gym.
How do you find working with Pierce? And obviously he's part of this gym. He's done a lot of work. He works with all the boys, alongside Grant, obviously as well. How have you found working with him? How's it gelled with you so far? I think you've been here from January onwards. Yeah.
So when I come here, I think I had a lot of bad habits. Still learning every day, but yeah, I can't fault Pierce. He puts all his time and effort into his fighters, and he's not got loads and loads of fighters, neither has Grant, but they do have sort of put all their time and effort into it, and obviously I'll always give the same back, but I just feel like I'm just learning things every week, just trying to improve. But yeah, when I first come here, I sort of felt like sort of went back to basics a little bit, and everything you thought you was doing right, you sort of learn you're doing wrong.
Just picking this back up, we were just saying about fighters going to different gyms and getting stripped back. I believe Tyson Fury, when he went to Sugar Hill Stewart, he went and said, look, he took me back to basics. What was that like for you? Did you feel a bit sort of, I don't know, daunting, or like you mentioned, like novice? Was it a bit surreal when that happened?
Yeah, I felt like a novice, but it's just sort of trusting the process. And I think going back to basics, sometimes you just need to do that. Like, not just in boxing. I felt like I've gone back to basics before I come up here. I sort of sold my car, moved everything up here. My contract ended with Sky. So everything's sort of gone back to basics. But I think sometimes that's what you need, a bit of a reality check.
Absolutely. You've also, forgetting the training side of it, you've signed with Lee Eaton, who I know, it's probably a great time to sign with him. He's on a terrific run as a manager guiding fighters. Thomas Asomba in this gym's just picked up a European. He has got numerous champions, and especially for you in bantam, if you're doing bantam or super, he'll be able to find you fights. Has he spoke to you about a path where he sees that he can get you to a title shot or something like that? What's the plan?
So we're looking at doing a couple, 2-3 small hall shows, and then the aim is looking to get a title at the end of the year. So it works out good. Although my contract ended with Sky, I've sort of come back here, gone back to basics, and it's sort of doing them small shows, sort of building the confidence back up and learning. And also I get to fight in Portsmouth, my hometown, so that'd be so good in front of all my friends and family.
Yeah, I was just about to touch on that, because I know we spoke off camera about it, but fighting in Portsmouth, you must be absolutely buzzing. We know how they get behind their own down there. Michael Mickinson, who's from down there, I remember being one of my first shows for Matchroom in Gibraltar, and being a naval town, they flooded into Gibraltar and made a hell of a noise for him. You must be buzzing to have that same experience.
Yeah, well, Lucas Ballingall, who's Mikey's little brother, is actually headlining it and defending his English title. So it's a good card. And obviously not just my friends and family, I'll get a hell of a lot of support in Portsmouth, and I have done over the years. So it'd be nice to sort of get the chance to fight there.
You mentioned obviously going for titles, things like that. Have you decided on what weight, or is it a case of you're comfortable between the two and it'll be whatever opportunity presents itself?
Yeah, whatever opportunity presents itself. And obviously you've seen, for instance, Shannon Courtney, she pulled out the fight recently, and say that's an opportunity. There's things that always come around, especially for the women. Like, before you know it, obviously at the minute I'm training all the time, working part-time, just keep working hard and think one of them opportunities is going to come around.
You're in a good position then, because being between these weights, normally you get fighters who are like, no, it has to be at this weight, but the women seem to do this more than anyone. They're moving up and down and just challenging. Is that sort of the best thing about the women's game at the minute, the fact that we do see these big fights, we do see undisputeds up and down, and the best tend to fight the best? Yeah,
definitely. Obviously, the Taylor and Cameron fight, I think there's not a massive difference in the weights. Like, there's so many, so to move up and down, it's not really that much in it.
What did you think of Taylor Cameron? Did you expect that result? Were you surprised? What did you make of the fight?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, part of me was sort of thinking Cameron was going to win it. Part of me thinking Katie Taylor, obviously, everything she's done in the sport. But Cameron, she's a strong woman. I remember sparring her a few years back when I was on the army boxing team, and obviously get paid to do it. And I was a lot lighter, but obviously I was still quite amateur-y. She's tough.
Absolutely. Look, have you got a message to the fans who'll be coming to Portsmouth, and everyone will be tuning into this part of your journey? We know you had sort of the build-up on Sky, and now you're getting stripped back, and you're in a great place. Like I said, we mentioned with Lee, he'll be looking to get you a title shot. Have you got a message for everyone following you on your journey? I
just want to thank my sponsors, Impulse Electrical Supplies, TLB Projects, Staple Garage, they're my full-time sponsors. And then also everyone who's bought tickets so far, but obviously they're still being sold, so have a look at my Instagram and message me for a ticket. But just sort of thanks for everyone for the support, and I'm just looking forward to fighting in Portsmouth.
Absolutely. Look, it's going to be a big end to the year for you, and hopefully towards the end and early next year you'll be seeing you in some big title fights. So, Ebonie Jones, always a pleasure talking to you. Appreciate you talking to Boxing Social, and hopefully we can catch up soon.
Yeah, thank you.